Hello, welcome. In this video, we are going to talk about fertilization, which is when the sperm and the egg join together to form one cell we call zygote. So if you look in this video, you see a very small, tiny sperm which is trying to enter a very big egg, okay, to form a zygote. But first, let's look at the structure of a sperm. So this is a picture of a sperm. It has three parts. It has a head, a midpiece, and a tail. So the tail helps it to swim and move to find the egg. The midpiece has a lot of mitochondria which produce energy for it to swim, and the head has the DNA or the chromosomes of the father. In humans, the sperm has 23 chromosomes, okay, from the father. The head also has this part, the tip of the head, we call as acrosome. Acrosome has enzymes, hydrolytic enzymes, which helps to break down or digest the wall of the egg so that the sperm can enter the egg. Okay, very good. Now some facts about sperm. So a sperm is made from special cells inside the testes. Okay, these special cells are called spermatogonia. Okay, and when we make sperms from spermatogonia, the process is called spermatogenesis. This picture shows the process. The cells are divided. They actually divide by the process of meiosis and form what? The tiny sperms. The average man may release 100 million sperms every time he ejaculates. Okay, so this is what the structure of the sperm. Next, let's look at the structure of an egg or ovum. So here is what we have: the two ovaries here. If you zoom into one ovary, you'll see this structure. And right here is a structure of an ovum. So if you zoom into the ovum, you'll see this structure. It has some layers around the egg. What are these layers? The first layer is called the corona radiata. Corona radiata. So all of these things here, the round things, are some cells which form the corona radiata, the first layer. And the next layer, the pink layer, is called the zona pellucida. Zona pellucida. The corona radiata and the zona pellucida helps to protect what? The egg. Protects the egg inside. They're very important. And inside the egg, we have the cytoplasm and we have other things, but we also have the nucleus, which has the chromosomes from the mother. In humans, there are 23 chromosomes in one egg. And here are some facts about eggs. The eggs are about 10,000 times bigger than a sperm, and they are made up of some cells we call as oogonia, and the oogonia will develop to become the eggs or the ovum. And when the oogonia develops to become the egg, we call that oogenesis. Oogenesis. Okay, now let's zoom in to see inside the ovary. So this is what? A picture of the ovary, inside the ovary, and we can see what? Blood vessels. These vessels will bring blood into the ovaries. Now around this area we can see small structures here we call as primordial follicle. Primordial follicle. follicle means a bag in Latin, a bag. And this bag, inside this bag of follicle, we have the small egg. Okay, now after some time, these small follicles, primordial follicles, will get bigger and they will become primary follicles. They are now bigger than the primordial follicles. So every 28 days, some of these follicles will start to grow and get bigger and bigger to become primary follicles. They will continue to grow and get bigger. So you can see here the follicle, the bag, and inside the bag we have this yellow structure, which is what? The egg. This is what? The primary ovum, okay, or the primary egg, and then it will grow to become bigger. Now, after some time, all the eggs will stop growing. Only one will continue to grow and get bigger. And this one is called, you can see over here, all of these will stop growing and only one will get bigger to become a very big follicle, a very big bag, which is called a Graafian follicle. And inside this follicle, this bag, we have the egg or the secondary ovum. The secondary ovum is bigger than the primary ovum. Okay, so they are all getting bigger. Now, after some time, the Graafian follicle, this bag, can open up and release the egg. So this is the egg coming out of the bag, the Graafian follicle. Okay, now after the egg is released, we call this ovulation. Okay, this is the process. Ovulation, the egg is released from the Graafian follicle. Now, what happens to the Graafian follicle after the egg is released? The Graafian follicle is going to get smaller. It's going to actually shrink. And just like this paper, it's going to fold like this. And it's going to turn into a yellow structure, which we call as corpus luteum. Luteum means yellow, okay? This is the color. You can see it's yellow. And after some time, it will get smaller, and be destroyed. Okay, so after the egg is released from the Graafian follicle, sometimes it will meet a sperm. You can see in this picture, okay? But how does the sperm enter the egg? What are the steps? So let's look at that. So first, the sperm will move through the outer layer, the corona radiata. You cannot see in this picture, but it will move through the corona radiata and then go to the zona pellucida. When it gets to the zona pellucida, the head of the sperm will attach to the zona pellucida. Step 2, the acrosome will release the enzymes, the hydrolytic enzymes, which will help to digest or break down the zona pellucida so that the sperm can go inside. Step 4, there are some proteins, these round structures. These are protein receptors around the egg, around the plasma membrane of the egg. There are also proteins around the head of the sperm, which will match the protein of the egg. So the protein from the sperm and the protein on their egg will match. It is like a key and lock. If they don't match, the sperm cannot enter into the egg. So they have to match. Now, this protein is unique for each species. So a sperm from a dog has different proteins than a human. So the sperm of a dog cannot go inside the egg of a human. Okay? The sperm from a horse cannot enter the egg of a sheep, okay, because of these proteins. They have to match. Next, the plasma membrane of the sperm and the egg will join together, okay. After they match, it will help them to join together. And the last step is the nucleus of the sperm, which has the chromosomes of the father, will move into the cytoplasm of the egg, and the zygote is formed. So after the nucleus has entered the cytoplasm, the last and the final step is that the egg will release some chemicals. These are signals which tells the zona pellucida to become very, very hard. Why? The zona pellucida becomes hard so that other sperms cannot enter the egg, because we want only one sperm to fertilize the egg. Okay, so the zona pellucida will become very, very hard after the egg will send the signals, the chemical signals, okay, to it. So here are the steps that shows how the sperm can enter the egg. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this is helpful.